Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you guys for a couple of minutes about the HTVRONT phone case thing. I forgot to bring the things over here. I'll go get them. I had quit posting videos of me doing it over and over and it not working because I felt that I wanted to give HTVRONT the respect to see what they were going to do about the situation and me constantly just bashing them. I wanted to see what they were going to do. So we emailed them first of all and told them that we were missing phone cases, as I had mentioned in a previous video that we had paid for. And then, as y'all saw, the phone case was the phone case press was not working correctly. So I tried, I think it was 10 times myself, doing different things to try to get it to work. We then also emailed the company and told them that it seemed to not be vacuuming, which means, it wasn't sucking, which is what it's supposed to do. So they sent us a video that it is on YouTube, but it is not one that you are going to come across just by Googling for this phone case, which I found that to be very interesting. And why was this video not either emailed to you or a QR code, something to put you to this video? So here are some of my thoughts. I'm assuming that when the sponsors are taking this thing, I feel like they must be getting emailed this video, because how are they able to work this phone case? Now, I did speak to one of these girls she's a newer person, and she did pay for her phone case herself, but she said hers did come with a QR code for instructions. Mine did not. And she also assumed everybody's came the same, which they must not. Or I mean, it could have been an accident that was left out of mine. Let's not kid anybody there, but I didn't get it either way. So after, like I said, about the 10th try, then they sent me the video, and I go, oh, I think that's what I've been doing wrong. Let me put you guys on hold, and I'll go sit in the area. Be right back. Now, this is my crazy little cube in the middle that has a lot of my Hobby Lobby I've been buying. I've got to sort everything tomorrow and stuff. Well, here's a phone case. So I want to show you guys again in one video some different things. I always forget that the microphone's on your shirt, so I'm trying to not talk so loud because I always think I'm talking to the phone. So I'm going to show you guys some things. If you've watched, these were the first things that I tried to make. Okay, they did not do the top or the side. Now these were, I did purchase these through HTVRONT. They are called badges, I think, from them. I had purchased them from them, so that was my first thing I tried. Then I tried a phone case. I can move you up. Y'all see mess? That's because I've got a box I have to mail sitting on the end of this table. I have a huge mess in here. This was the first one that I tried to do. Nothing on the edges. Okay. So I tried another one. See this here? See? Nothing. Okay. I tried this. Just a little ornament that I know these ornaments work because I've pressed them in my heat press. It's not vibrant at all. Not horrible, but it's not vibrant. Nor did it do anything to the sides. You can barely see that, but it didn't do anything. I tried this slate. Not very vibrant, but better, okay? But it also doesn't have the sides to do right. So I tried that. I then tried these. Not very vibrant. The ghosting is my fault because I had to hurry up and put the film on because it was starting to melt. So nothing on the sides, as you can see. Now these 3 phone cases, I can't tell which was which. However, I'm going to just show y'all. This is not the green that I was going for. And it did this. It didn't do the sides. So there's number 3 on the phone cases. Number 4 on the phone case. Nothing, nothing. Okay, again, not the same color green that it was going for. I tried these. These did turn out vibrant, do not look bad at all, but they didn't go on the side, which this is not a big deal for me, okay? If they didn't go on the side. These are still pretty, I think, and they turned out a pretty decent color. Now, the green did turn out to be a lot different color than the phone case, but these turned out pretty decent. And these, by the way, were a Hobby Lobby coaster. Okay, so now we've spoke to HTVRONT. They showed me the video, and they also asked me to try a different and it said do not with these little pieces that go in here. I want to show you a couple of tips if you are trying to learn to use this that I've not even seen any sponsors do. So maybe they don't have the video, come to think of it. But see this piece that we've seen everybody put in there, correct? Can you guys see these holes, these tiny little holes? See those tiny little holes? Okay. HTVRONT said make sure these holes are not covered up. And I said, oh, I bet I've been covering up with the tape because that never crossed my mind. Literally never crossed my mind. So I made sure to carefully not cover up any of the holes. They say these holes help suction the paper. Okay, I'm going to open my machine and explain a couple of things to you guys. Let me see if I can turn you just here. Be careful. See the top here. Wait, let me adjust you. Sorry, I'm making you seasick. Oh, I can't get the darn thing. Why is it not going? What am I doing? Okay, right here. The heck was that? This is the top. So every time, oh, it's me doing it. Every time I've opened this when it's hot, I've always made sure to feel that this is hot and the bottom is hot. And you know, your piece, whatever is supposed to be in here. Oh, great, I thought the case was in here. That stinks. Is warming up with the oven, okay, with the press. So every time I've opened my machine, my film has been up here, which it's not supposed to be up here. It's supposed to be sucked to the item down here, okay? So that's these little buttons. Every time, so it's been 12 times now, the paper has been up here. Now let me show y'all. So, yep, wrong thing. I'm trying to hold the camera, move, and not fall all at the same time. I had these in the trash. My husband asked me to dig them out for a purpose. So in my crafting trash, not household trash. So it's all paper. So these have been stuck up here. Okay. Just like this. The heat melted it that way, by the way. So anyway, they've all been sitting here, and as y'all know, they're supposed to suction and be stuck to your product. So, but this is what they look like. I've done it right with the matte side printed, the whole 9 yards. Now, what HTVRONT had requested me to do was I had to show them a video of me opening. This is a package I have to send to my friend, sorry. So what they had requested me to do was to video from opening their program to designing my thing, or either uploading an image to their program, showing them my print settings, going to my sublimation printer and proving that it was a sublimation printer, showing them how I put the film in and how it printed, as to walking over here and how the whole thing was set up, okay? And then I had to leave the phone on the timer the whole entire time as it counted down. They wanted to see the whole process. They wanted to see the process that I taped this correctly, which this was the last one I'd done. The last phone case that I'd done, because this was my last phone case I owned, because they didn't send me my other ones. So I showed them that it wasn't done. Now here's another trick I want to show you guys if y'all are troubleshooting your problem here yourself. Now they did make me put in all my little puzzle pieces, okay? I'll show y'all this. Sorry if this makes noise. I'm going to take this off so maybe it won't be so loud. Let me find my tweezers. I can't get the thing out. So, okay, so I'm going to show y'all this real quick, because if you are troubleshooting, this may help you. Now, they made me put the pieces in correctly, which they were in, by the way. But you put your case down in here like so, well, like this, okay, with your pieces in. And it's going to look like this while it's heating up because there's no case on it, right? So this was another case I had done, failure, obviously. Okay, so these were the two things that I did for HTVRONT. I did that case for them too, by the way. So this was the last case I done. So then they told me to change the temperature and the time to something else, which I did. And of course, I told you they made me show that I was literally leaving it on that, and wasn't touching it. Okay, so this was a tip that I've not seen anybody do that I can recall. So I'm just going to share this. This part of the phone is supposed to go on this part of the phone. So, can you guys see this? So if your phone is in here this way, this piece is on your right hand side, okay? When you go to put this in, and this is taped on, not covering the holes, you start in the left hand corner per HTVRONT. I don't see what that part makes a difference, but you put it on this way, where, see this? You're putting this flat back against this. I've not seen anybody else do that, but according to HTVRONT, that is how it's supposed to be done, because this is flat and this will have the puzzle pieces, which will cause a different type of air pocket. So they don't suggest you do it on this side like this because of the air pockets. They want it done, they say it should be done this way. So this is flat against the flatness. So if that's an issue you're having, you might want to try that. It's worth a try. Okay. So they emailed us back and said, again, when I opened it, the sheet was up in the top. They said, okay, we want you to try one more thing. Again, we had already told them through the email and in my video, this is my last phone case. I cannot try any more phone cases because you did not send me the ones I paid for. I've already gone through the 6. So they wanted me to try one more video from designing to showing the printer again, the whole 9 yards, okay? So we did that. So that was when the only thing I could think of to do for them was 2 more of their badges that I purchased extra from them, because, which is the only reason I could do all these things, was because I purchased a 60 pack of extra film myself, because only 5 comes with the bundle. So thank goodness I had already had that too, right? So when this is heating up, this tray is supposed to go in here. Sorry, this might make a little kapoop. So that has to go in there. So now this was my fault, because I was trying to do this video correctly, which, you know, you kind of, when you're a crafter, you're kind of in, you know what you're doing mode, so you're not thinking of the small details like, oh crap, well I heated this up backwards, or I should have turned these, or whatever. And because I was moving from room to room, because my computer is in one side of the room, my sublimation printer is on the other side, this is over here on this other end, my brain was not, I was carrying the phone with one hand to do all of this process. So I wasn't thinking that when I designed these, they're upside down, because all I was thinking about was, I've got to show them this part, I got to show them this part, and I'm trying not to skip a step of what to show them, because they wanted a very long, detailed, formed video. So as I got over here and I had these 2 badges and I put them on the thing, and I thought, you've got to be kidding, because the way they designed on the film, let me see if I have that film sitting here. This might be it. This was it. They were designed to go this way. So I couldn't, this was so hot and I only had one hand. I didn't have time to flip um, the little gadgets here, but that sucks, because these actually did turn out pretty decent as far as color, and like my granddaughter would love these in her little Easter basket, but they didn't do the side. But they are a little more vibrant, and she would have thought those were cute. And this was only, this is not ghosting. This was where the image had lots of Hello Kitties on the image. See her little whiskers. So anyway, so that wasn't a huge deal. This was kind of, like I said, my fault, because I only had one hand and I was not trying to, so I wasn't allowed to pause or do anything with the video. So I didn't want to try to turn the things around and what have you. So at the end of the day, they have said, oh, it seems there's something wrong with your device. You don't say. You don't say. So 12 pieces of film later, 6 phone cases that I paid for, 6 badges, 3 came with it, 3 I paid for extra. Either way, I still paid for the 6, right? The slate and the coasters, which those, like, you know, I got on for cheap at Hobby Lobby, no big deal, whatever. So they said, which I thought this was a little funny and weird at the same time. What color phone case would you like to replace it with? Well, I bought the lavender. Don't you think I'd still want the lavender? Really? That was an email you needed to send, but okay. So of course we sent back we still would like to have lavender. I have a variety of colors of stuff in this room at this point, but anyway, so now, because I looked up what their time difference was, because I noticed that they sent us emails at 5:43 in the morning. Their time is when our emails have been coming from them. So I looked up like what the time difference. So tonight is Saturday night at, what time is it? 12:01. So it is actually Sunday at 12:01 p.m. for them right now. So they're actually 12 hours ahead of us. So obviously we won't speak again until Monday. So I am going to ask them nicely in the email, since they have to send me a new machine, could they please send me my phone cases that they did not send me originally, which they gave me a credit for, a store credit that I had to ask for a code to get that credit 48 hours in advance of using that store credit, which is a little stupid, but whatever. And ask them, for the 6 phone cases they forgot to put in my order originally, 6 badges back, at least 2 packs of film, which it would be 10 pieces of film because they come in 5 packs. So however they want to do that, I don't, whatever, but because I've used 12. And then the 6 phone cases that I paid for extra that I did get, I do feel like they should reimburse for those things because I paid for those, and I tried to tell you from, early on that the machine didn't work, but you made me make you 3 long videos, even though I told you. And as the machine was working and it would hum a little bit and it would stop humming and it would do different things, I wouldn't say, note it's humming now, it's not doing anything now. Like, I wanted them to pay attention to this was what was happening as it was happening, so that it would call attention to these things, because um, maybe that told them something. Is it supposed to hum the whole time? I don't know. So I'm hoping that if, I turn out, this is not 100%, but this is like 95, 98%. This is pretty daggum good in my opinion, except that they're upside down, but oh well. I wonder if I could take this piece off and put it back, because I saw they had some that you can put together. I think they're those kinds that has that stamp badge though, because that would be great if I could take the little pin off. Hey, just tape it upside down, honey. Anyway, I think that's fair that they should reimburse me for the materials that I'm out, because like I said, I did pay for those and they're extra. Yes, they do. Right now they're having a good sale. So that's how they did things. At every email that they sent us, at the bottom of the email, it stated that HTVRONT is here to provide excellent customer service. Of course, I was getting a little frustrated with one more video, but we did it, and I was very kind during the videos of doing them. We had to upload them in some unique fashion. I don't know why. Maybe because they were long formed. Thank God my husband's savvy that way. So it wasn't awful, but it was still a little bit of a pain in the butt. So in one sense, unless you got a steal, which I did just come off their website because I've got to buy more film in general, and I'm going to have to buy some extra phone cases in general. Now, when we bought the bundle with, this was a different type of bundle. We bought them separate, but because we bought 2 products and lots of other stuff, supplies separately, because we got the hat press and the foam press together. We also got 2 coupons. Spend $100, get $50 off, but you cannot use them at the same time, and it cannot be on the same day. So we did get those coupons, and I will be placing an order for a few things. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get the 120 sheet pack of film, because clearly you go through it like hotcakes, because you're going to use a whole sheet of film whether you use one thing or more. So you might as well just go ahead and buy plenty of film, especially with it while it's on sale right now. I wonder if the coupon code's going to work with the sale. I hadn't tried that. Anyway, so at the end of the day, yes, they're going to make good on their product, so thank goodness for that. But I also noticed today on their sale, it's called an Easter sale that they're having, that they are doing, I think it was the phone press and their like shirt press, their press was on sale for $500 and something, guys. I mean, so cheap. Like, wow, like really a great deal. And it had some extras with it. They also had some, what was the other thing? They had a thing where if you bought a bunch of phone case supplies, you got the phone case for free. And it was like $2.59 for the supplies, and then you get the phone case for free. That was a good deal. Sorry, she wants to go to the bathroom. So that was a good deal. They also had a couple of deals where, hold on, let me get my husband to get her. Okay, so at the end of the day, they had some really good Easter specials. So if you have the money and you're interested in some of their products, now, I'm just a word of warning. I do not have the HTVRONT heat press. My husband was going to buy it for me. I like the one I have. I'm going to press a shirt for my friend tomorrow, so I will show y'all that process and which heat press I have. I don't know what name it is. We got it off of Amazon. I actually like it. The only bad thing, and my husband worries about it because it pops when you go to lift it. It pops a little bit, and with my disability, that can be quite dangerous. So my husband wanted to get the HTVRONT because it would be automatic. The only thing I've heard a lot of people talk about that heat press is that it does not heat evenly. Just a word of warning that if you're interested in that, go watch some videos on that before you invest in their heat press, because if you are using anything that needs even pressure, then it's going to ruin the product and your shirt or whatever you're pressing it on as well, which then you're out money as well. So you don't want to have that happen to you. For certain things, for the price of that heat press is right now, it depends on what you need it for. I might would get it. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good price. They also have a deal where you can buy some. Well, everybody's just making noise. I'm sorry. So they also have a deal where if you buy certain supplies, you get one of their cutting machines, which is like a Cricut, for free. I don't know anything about it. I did see a couple of videos where people said it was a really good cutter and they like it. I think I've told y'all this in another video, but in case I didn't, they're I think it's Locklear Studios. Their designing studio is completely free for anybody to use to design on. If you guys would be interested in just downloading another app to design on, that may be easier for you, because we all struggle with the different softwares. I finally have gotten Canva down pretty daggone good, and Cricut, I liked some of their new changes. I haven't played with it a lot because I've gotten better in Canva, but just so you know, that is another choice of a free studio you can use for free. Um, I don't know if it resizes and all that stuff. I've not played around with it on that extent. I've only played around with it enough to do the phone case, and then of course I want to. Now that I've had to mess around with that thing some more, I'm going to start working with my laser some more. Um, oh, it's LOKLIK is the name because it's on my laser. So there's that. So you guys, um, if you guys were interested in checking that out, but you might want to go and check out some of their sales if you're up for buying anything right now, because like I said, they have some pretty good sales and some different types of codes. If you sign up for their emails, that's how I got the really good code for this. My press, I got a really good code for this press, guys. Um, Usually it's like you might get a $90 off of a bundle. Mine was higher than $90. Um, so sign up for their emails and get codes if you're looking at getting a product, because um, that's definitely worth it. Now keep in mind you cannot stack the different codes. And if I'm not mistaken, like if you buy different products, like 2 or 3 products, you can't mix the codes. You have to ring them out separately. Um, so those are just a couple of tips that I do know. If you have any questions about any of the things, just let me know. I'll be glad to answer them. And I hope you have a good night. I got to show y'all I have went to Michael's for a haul today, and I've done a couple of Hobby Lobby hauls since I've seen you guys. But the Hobby Lobby hauls have kind of been in the same um, scenario of things I've bought, just like maybe different patterns or different colors and different things like that, of like the stickers and photo albums and stuff like that, but nothing um, that I haven't showed y'all really. Now my Michael's haul, that was a pretty good one today, and half that stuff was not marked down. I was scanning it because it was sitting randomly, and I was scanning it just to see what it was coming up, and it was on clearance, and I was like, oh yeah, buddy. So my cart was adding up. Bye guys, have a great weekend.